What's up, everybody? You know what? I can't quite believe it's been 8 months this week, well, starting next week, that I've been travelling. So I just thought I'd do a bit of a recap. I've been baffling my mind where I've been, and it's so hard to think where I've been in order. So the bits that I remember, I'm going to take you through it. But I can definitely remember where I started. It was all started when I left my house. I drove straight up to Scotland and started the Three Peaks Challenge, the National Three Peaks Challenge. Got there, slept for about 3 hours, did Ben Nevis, then drove down to Scafell, ran up, walked up, crawled up Scafell with very sore legs. Then after that, I went down to Snowdon and climbed that in the dark. Three Peaks Challenge done with the driving, done and dusted in 22 hours, around that anyway. I was tired. And then it was down to Great Yarmouth. I went down there and chilled out because I've never been there before. I love the name. Thought chill down there for a bit. So I went there, remember going on the big wheel and stuff and having a bit of a relax, probably walking about 20 miles while I was there though. It's nice and flat, just to let the legs get better. Did that, and then from there, it's a bit of a blur. I remember going over to Pen y Fan, walking up Pen y Fan in Wales. It's one of the peaks in South Wales, and then over to Sugarloaf Mountain from there. And then from there I went to Bristol, went to see a friend in Bristol. I went over to London to get a GoPro off my brother. And then from there I went up into Cornwall. I went and spent 5 or 6 days travelling around Cornwall. Absolute amazing time. It's somewhere else I'm going to go. There's a 640 mile walk around the Cornwall coast that I want to do, but that's going to be later on. That's after the little pooch has passed on and gone to a better life. And then from there I'm just going to go through where I've been, what I've done. From there I went to Thetford because I actually lived in my van for 5 weeks without a bed. I had to put everything up on the right hand side, kip on the left, on the floor. And then eventually I went and got my bed 5 weeks after moving into my van. And after that I couldn't put it together because I hadn't had my carpeting done. So I was pretty much living in a van. I went and got my bed, that was it. I went and got my bed, and then 5 weeks later I went and got the carpeting done. So I was actually living in the van, absolutely rammed full, trying to live in the back. So I did that, did plenty of travelling. In the process of doing all my travelling up until present point, I went and finally got my bed done 5 weeks in, thinking I've been going for 8 months now. So then from there I've been to Loch Lomond, and I went and climbed Ben Lomond. I went to York to go and see friends. I've been to Scotland 3 times. The first time I went on my own, but it's when I went and climbed Loch Lomond. And then the second time I went and took a friend up there. We went to Edinburgh, went back and swimming in waterfalls and stuff. You can see all these in the videos, you can go back and watch it all. Then from there, I went to a pub called The Crown, which is in Croston, which very good friends used to run it, and now it's all shut down now. They're going to be building houses in there and stuff. But we had plenty of little festivals there. And on top of that festival, I went to a festival called Lovejam last summer. I went to 2 festivals called Carry On Camping and 2 festivals called Manifest. I actually volunteered there to share my Wim Hof breathing and take people down to lakes. I've had about 160 people in the water, keeping calm in cold water through Wim Hof breathing, staying calm, keeping out of the mind, keeping in the body, staying relaxed. And I'm going to be doing the same this year. And then Manifest, so it's Manifest and Carry On Camping. And I cooked pizzas, which you can see, cooked pizzas at the festival at Lovejam. That was with my mate Alex. That was an amazing experience. And I've done group swims. I've been to Blackpool. I've been pretty much all over the show. Can't remember off the top of my head right now exactly where the place I've been, but been to a lot. It's been amazing. And I've done several peaks. I did 4, which will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I did 4 Munros, which are Scottish mountains over 3,000 feet. Did 4 Munros in one day, about 18 mile walk. That was 5 days after doing a 15k assault course, which I think you should be watching now. And then that was what I've basically done. I travelled probably about 15,000 miles in my van from up until I went to Wales at the beginning of December. The end of November, beginning of December. And then my plan was to go to my plan was to go to Deacon Blue, but I ended up crashing my van, avoiding an accident. I went bang, smacked the curb, popped 2 tyres, kaput. So I stayed at the owner and founder of the people who do this video, who are doing this video, at Street Star Studios. I'm sure I've got that the right way around. Street Star Studios. And stayed at his for a week, well no, 2 weeks while I got my van done, but I felt myself getting comfortable. So then I got myself out and I went and did the NC 500 over 6 weeks. Absolutely amazing journey. There was that much information that it was sort of put together as best as we could, but I'm actually going to go back and do it again and do a bit more of a documented travel. So there will be, towards the end of this year, I'm in March, middle of March I think now, I don't know. I'm going to be going back and doing the NC 500, having a good document, doing better videos because I'm learning. And from that, and then the NC 500, 6 weeks, then I went to, which you're going to see, then I went to, I did the assault course. I've been to, where else did I go? What's it called? Isle of Skye, to the ferry pools in Isle of Skye and the other places, but I found that with the Isle of Skye, the weather was coming in and I was hitting 50 to 90 mile an hour winds a lot of the time, so I disappeared from there. And then the rest is up and coming. It's what you're going to be seeing over these next couple of weeks. But let me just share that what I'm going to be doing, because I've got a 13-year-old staffy, which you might be just hear a snoring in the background of the mates. Then yeah, so I've got a 13-year-old staffy. She's chilling out. So it stopped me doing, I wanted to climb mountains and go and disappear in the mountains and do a lot more wild camping, but it's held me back quite a bit. But with her getting older, it is going to be changing and I will be getting abroad. So hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully because I don't want my dog to pass away, but you know, over these next 12 to 15 months, I reckon, I'll be getting abroad, going abroad doing fun. But this year, over this summertime, I'm going to be getting lots and lots of snowboard lessons, doing snowboarding. I will eventually get to film it. I've done the short videos, but they don't really allow filming, so until I'm good enough to go on the slopes on my own, then I'll get my GoPro and I'll do other bits. So I've got that, and then I'll be doing my skydive license. I've got loads of assault courses booked in to do. I'm going to do a 50k Spartan race soon. I'm going to be going to festivals after festival after festival. I've got a feeling somebody's going to knock on the door in a minute. Festival after festival after festival. I'm going to be getting myself a motorhome. So yes, instead of living in that cardboard box, I'll be getting a motorhome. And then in gigs, I'm going to be going to lots and lots of gigs. So I'm going to be up in it. I'm going to be up in the state. There's loads more what I want to do, but I'm just going to keep it to that for now. So I've explained it. I've done around 18,000 miles in my van. I've absolutely loved life, and here's to the next 14, 15 years of carry on travelling. One love. Hope you enjoyed this little message, and look forward to getting you on the future videos. And please go back and look at all my past ones. Send me a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you think, and rock on, have a fantastic year, because I certainly will. One love.